Hi guys, my name is Michelle Blackwood. Welcome to another amazing live video. And today, what we're sharing for the live is eggplant. We're going to be creating an easy, delicious eggplant stew. And if you're seeing one of my videos for the first time, be sure to follow me on Facebook, on YouTube, on Instagram, and on Twitter. Thank you for joining this live. Let us know where you are joining from below in the comment. Let us know and thank you. And if you've never eaten eggplant, this recipe is so delicious. You're going to want to make it because it's easy to prepare as well. That's the main thing. So let's get started, guys. Eggplant. This beautiful purple, dark purple bulb fruit is from the same family as tomato, bell pepper. They're all from the same plant, ground cherry. So these nightshade, they're from the nightshade family, and eggplant is super high in nutrients, lots of antioxidants, phenols, so good for the body for boosting the immune system. It is used to fight against cancer. It is good for the body, lower blood pressure. It's low in calories, so it's great for people who are on a diet, are diabetic and looking for food is not super high in calories. So eggplant is a must-have in your diet. You want to make sure it's shiny, not many bruises. This is kind of getting old, but one that doesn't have a lot of bruises. And you want to make sure the skin is shiny like this. And be sure to buy organic because when you purchase organic eggplant, it's better because most of the nutrients are in the skin. So you don't want to be literally be peeling your eggplant. I know sometimes I do, but you should um, keep the skin, eat organic so that you can get all the benefits of eggplant. So what you want to do as well with your eggplant is you want to salt it if you want it to be less bitter because it has that slightly bitter taste. And what you do is you cut it up, you can slice it, cut it in slices. You're going to take off the top, the bottom. Just let me show you. You're going to just cut off the top area and you can cut off the bottom and then you can cut it in slices. I'm just going to share with you, but how you salt it.
Mimi says, "Hey, lady."
Hi, Mimi. I miss doing our lives. Mimi and I used to do a lot of lives over on Instagram, but somehow we got busy for the holiday last fall, and I said, Mimi, let's just buckle down with the holiday content, and we'll pick up on our lives later on. And guess what, guys? We took a break and we went back to look over at Instagram. Seems as if Reels took over Instagram. Nobody's hardly doing any lives. I don't see any lives over there anymore. Welcome, Mimi. Thank you. I know you're busy. Thank you for stopping by. Go check out Mimi. Savory Tots. She does amazing, delicious Haitian recipes and also other recipes, of course. But Haitian vegan recipes, Asian vegetarian recipes, and regular Asian recipes. So that's our expertise. So check her out, savorythoughts.com. And so for salting it, basically you'd put the slices in a colander.
Howard says, "I'm joining from Sierra Leone."
Ah,
What are
Hawa!
you preparing right now?
I'm making eggplant stew. Eggplant, and eggplant comes in so many varieties. Um, like this is the most popular. This is like the American eggplant or the globe. It's popular throughout the world, but you can find other varieties. You can find like the Asian type that are long and slender, and the Indian in India too. They have small eggplants, baby eggplants. There's just so many. Some of them are tiny, little round, like pebbles. So many varieties of eggplants are out there. So check them out. They all taste good. They all have a slightly bitter taste. But what you can do to reduce the bitterness, you can salt the eggplant, add salt to it, and you're literally going to just salt it, add salt to it, and let me get a little bit more. And then you're going to leave it over, just let it sit, and you can put weights on it. You put something heavy on top, and it literally will sweat and release all that bitter taste and soften up and all that. But I'm not going to do that right now. So I've already added salt basically to this dish. So I'm going to go proceed because of time. So you literally, it starts sweating. It's literally releasing water already. So you would basically just pat it dry after and pat the slices dry. You can use the slices to make eggplant parmesan. You season them with a nice batter, bake them, and then go from there to add your sauce, tomato sauce, a cheese sauce, and create eggplant parmesan. So I'm going to proceed and just let it sit there while I then grab my onion and I'm going to just chop some onions up. Let me put the stove on. And this recipe, like I said, is this easiest, simple dish. But what I like about this, I'm on a weight loss diet, so I'm looking for more and more recipes that are simple. No complications, simple, easy, using basic ingredients. I've been enjoying a lot of them. And so I just go to the store and I just purchase a lot of vegetables. And then I come home and I'm like, okay, what am I going to create with that? So I already have an eggplant stew, but that one was complicated on my website. That one has beans. I also put beans to increase the protein. But this one, I'm just going to go straight, simple, garden, fresh, using fresh ingredients like your onions, your tomatoes, stuff that you can easily grow. And so this recipe, you can easily just grow, and that's the seed of the eggplant, and create this recipe. So I'm planning to do a lot more of those kind of recipes that easy to prepare, especially what's going on in this world. It's just crazy what's going on with the hyperinflation and all that mess right now. I'm trying to create recipes, low budget recipe, budget friendly, but they taste amazing and they're very good for the body. You know, they're supplying high amount of nutrients, and eggplant is one. Just full of nutrients. Good, like I said, the low in calorie. Good for people who are diabetic. So good for diabetics. And so I didn't have to add, for this recipe, I didn't have to add any oil, but I'm just doing a little oil, just a little. I'm using extra virgin olive oil, but you don't have to. Water would have been fine. And I'm going ahead and sauteing my veggies. Let that go ahead and saute while I get some garlic. Garlic, I love garlic. I love it for the flavor. I love it for the fact that it's great for circulation, great for building the immune system. So I'm adding some garlic, great for fighting against any kind of infection. So adding some chopped garlic to this dish. And some nice chopped garlic. Oh, that smells so good. Smells so good. So you just saute in your onion. Put this over here. I'm excited because this olive oil is from California. So this wasn't coming all the way from Italy. With all the logistics going on in the world, we have local, not local here, but American extra virgin olive oil, and it's non-GMO certified. So check that one out, and tastes amazing. The flavor is great. It's sweet. It has a nice sweet flavor. So check that out. Start eating more local and with everything, because cost is going to keep going up for everything. So olive oil. And like I said, if it comes to the point that I don't even have to use oil, just water would be fine. Water. So next ingredient that I'm gonna have beautiful tomatoes. And I'm doing Roma today, Roma tomatoes, and juicy tomatoes. And I love tomatoes. The lycopene, they're good for you. They're good for nail, for the prostate. They're good for the eyes. They're good for vitamin, vitamin C, A. Very good for you. Tomatoes, excellent, especially tomatoes when they're cooked. They have a lot more nutrients when they're cooked. So adding some tomatoes right here. I'm going to add extra tomatoes because this is going to add to the sauce. It's going to make more sauce. So it's like I'm adding my own natural tomato sauce as it cooks and break down. All right. Just adding juicy tomatoes. That's a lot of juice. Oh, that's good. All right. Next, I'm going to go ahead and cook this. Smells really good in here, guys. Smells really good. So these are the basic. I'm going to just let that go ahead and cook and break down while I chop up my eggplant. So I'm just dicing the eggplants. I'll keep adding them. And like I say, like I said before, I'm adding the skin. I'm leaving the skin on because most of the nutrients of the eggplant is actually in the skin. So you want to take advantage of all that nutrients. So I'm just adding. An eggplant is so spongy, guys. So spongy. So it's going to take on the flavor of whatever I'm cooking the eggplant in right now. When I first saw eggplant, the first time I was a child, and there was, in every town, they have this big, huge house. They would be like the richer folks. And it was right by the beach. I lived close to the beach growing up. And there was a house on the beach that I passed every day. And I would see the eggplants on the tree, and they would be there for months during the summer. And I always like, what does that taste like? And my mom would tell me they're edible, but we never grew up eating eggplant. And it was always a dream of mine that one day I'll be able to cook and eat eggplant because I just admire seeing that huge, it was a huge plant, and it would be laden with eggplant. And more than likely, the people, they didn't eat it. They just fall to the ground. And because they were always, every time I passed the tree would be loaded with the purple, the most beautiful purple eggplants. And I would be like, man, one day I would love to be able to eat and taste what eggplant tastes like. And when I first had it, you know how I ate eggplant? The first dish that I had eggplant is when I lived in England, and I had moussaka. Then I wasn't a vegan. And I ate moussaka, and I fell in love with moussaka as a student. I would love, every time they serve moussaka, that's my favorite. Until I learned, I was like, I have to learn how to cook and prepare moussaka. So I ended up cooking moussaka. And then next, I added curry from the Indians there. I enjoyed curried eggplants, and my love for eggplant continues. And then I had Italian eggplant parmesan, so good. So it's healthy for you guys. We have to eat to live and live to eat. And I look back, this is my personal testimony. I've looked back, and I was sharing with my exercise group this morning. I said, looking back, I'm looking back and saying, how comes I found it so difficult before to stick to eating, twice a day. I thought it was so difficult and it was just so hard because I've done it in the past. But now I'm eating only 2 meals and it's like the easiest thing for me. And I know why. You want to know why? Why it was so difficult? It's because I was still consuming sugary stuff with sugar. The minute I gave up sugar, I feel like I finally had a breakthrough. I finally have a breakthrough in appetite control. And also, as I studied more and more, I realized that one of the things too is having, like, whenever I find out that, and I look back, every time I'm on a regular exercise program, I'm able to control. I'm adding rosemary. So these are fresh herbs. I'm just going ahead and just adding some rosemary. It smells amazing, rosemary. So whenever I'm on a regular exercise routine, I eat less and the cravings are less. And when I get rid of sugar, cravings go down too. So these are things, if you are out there and you're struggling to lose weight and the weight is not shifting, one of the things I'm going to encourage you to do is start having, being on a, I'm doing time. I'm adding time. I love time. I'm so partial to time. Be on a regular exercise routine. So regular exercise, cut out sugar, cut out sugar. I'm telling you, that extra sugar is a killer and it's so addictive. So cut out the sugar, and because it causes, especially people who are diabetic, the struggle is so real, and I understand the struggle is very real. You gotta cut it out and switch to more natural alternatives. Because if you think about it, fruits are really sweet. But as a matter of fact, right here in this, there's a lot of fruits in here. Tomato is a fruit. Eggplant botanically is a fruit. So this dish is just fruits and herbs. So I'm adding basil next. I'm just chopping up some basil. And you'll find that if you can get rid of the sugar, the refined sugar out of your diet and eat more whole foods, you'll get over a lot of stuff that you are struggling with right now. Look at that. That's basil. Smells good. Smells amazing. So those are all the herbs. And the final thing I'm going to add me some water. Because I salted the eggplant right now, you know what? I'm still going to add it because I still think it was not that much amount of salt. I'm going to add 1 bouillon cube. So sometimes it's not that salty. And that's it. And basically, I'm just going to let that cook down. Let it cook. And maybe add a little bit more. I have to remember that the eggplant itself has water, that it's going to spring its own water. And basically, that's it. I'm just going to let that cook. What would I eat this with? This is great. You can eat with any starch. You could eat it with sweet potato. You can eat it with rice. You can eat it with quinoa. You can eat it with roti, chapati. You can eat this with tortilla. What else you can eat it with? Basically, you can eat it with anything you want. You can eat it as a side dish. You can eat it as a whole meal. If you had some veggie sausage, you can add some veggie sausage to it. I'm sure that would taste amazing to add some veggie sausage to it. And basically, simple dish, very delicious, very nutritious, and it's so good for you. So it won't take long to cook, about 10 minutes, 15 minutes the most, and let it just stew down. And are there any questions? If you have any questions, you can ask me, or any comments below what you think. I'm going to have this recipe. It's not on my website yet, but I'm going to put it up on my website. eggplant stew. If you want it to be like more saucy, when it's cooked, you can add a little cornstarch or tapioca starch, mix it in a little water, add it to the stew to make it more thick. You could add bell peppers to it. That's another fruit that you could add to it. You could add cayenne pepper. So let me go add some seasoning while I'm here. Might as well. I'm adding some. Oh, I'm gonna add some cayenne pepper. Just a little bit of kick and cayenne pepper. And then I'm gonna add me some garlic powder just for extra flavor. Just a little extra flavor. And then I'm gonna add me a little, so just a little onion powder. And so I'm bumping the flavor up in this dish. Oh, that looks so good. Oh yes. Oh yes. So good. Look at that. I think eggplant has solanine in it. So that's an antioxidant that is super good for the body, good for lowering blood pressure, and great antioxidant. So almost ready and smells amazing. Smells phenomenal and looks delicious. So let's see. Hey guys, so this is it. If there's no other questions, I want to thank you guys for joining me on another live as I made this delicious eggplant stew. It's basically ready. I'm going to eat this. Like I said, you could eat this with even bread, and you can eat it with pupusa. You can eat it with arepas, cornmeal dumpling, regular dumpling. You can eat it with yellow yam, white yam, potato. Oh, what? You know what this would be great with? You get some potatoes and you scrub them real good. You're gonna scrub your potatoes real good. I mean, you could even add the potato in here and just call it a day. One dish, one pot will have everything. But you can get your potatoes and chop them up, wash them, put some water on the stove to boil, and you're gonna chop up your potatoes, big chunks of it. Boil them for about 10 minutes. Drain your potatoes. Then you're gonna add a little oil, not a lot, on your potatoes, those parboiled potatoes, and then you're gonna add some garlic powder, oil, salt. Put that in the oven or put it in, and you can add some garlic if you want. I did say garlic powder. If you want to add fresh garlic too, you can add fresh garlic, or you can add, because it's not going to be too long in the oven, or you can add herbs to it, fresh herb, dried herbs, and you're going to bake that in the oven at 400 for about 25-30 minutes, or you could put it in the air fryer for 20 minutes, turn them halfway, and they're crunchy. Because before you do that, you shake them up, shake them up. When you season up your potatoes, shake it up, shake it up, shake it up. And so it starts getting a little mushy on the outside. Then when you put that in the air fryer or in the oven, once it's baked until it's crispy, it's going to have that crunch on the outside. And you're going to serve your eggplant stew with your roast or baked potato, whatever you call it, roast potato, air fried potato, crunchy, delicious. Then you make a huge salad, and all you have to add to that salad is a little olive oil, salt, lemon juice. That's it. And sit down with that fresh salad, and in that salad you can put some extra tomato again. You could put red onion. You could put, if you have avocado, you put some avocado on that salad. So you have your lettuce, either romaine or green leaf lettuce. You could add, if you like a little peppery taste, you can add arugula in your salad. And if you like olives, you can add olives to it too. And I like artichoke hearts. I like to chop up some artichoke hearts. I'll add artichoke hearts to the salad too. And that will be a nice dish with lots of nutrients. So good for you and delicious. And basically, this is ready. So good. And this would be good. Some people would just enjoy this with a nice crusted bread, slices of bread, and a salad. Fresh, delicious recipe. And amazing. So here's the final dish. That's what I'm going to enjoy this evening. And hope you enjoy the evening. Delicious. See? Delicious, simple recipe. And that is so delicious. Okay, guys. See you on another live. Bye. See you guys.